Hey everybody, welcome to our downtown studios. This is Fight News Now. I am John Ramdeen alongside my pal Robin Black. Coming up this week, the UFC will have back-to-back shows in Las Vegas. Of course, it will all lead up to the big event going down at the brand new T-Mobile Arena, UFC 200, headlined by Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier for the undisputed 205-pound championship. And Jon Jones believes that this is the last opportunity for Daniel Cormier. He feels that he's in DC's head. Daniel Cormier couldn't get it done the first time. Jon Jones believes that there's no way he's going to be able to get it done this time. And if he can't do that, he is out of the picture. Get ready to pack your bags, DC, and head back to the Fox desk, according to Jon Jones. Is this Daniel Cormier's last opportunity at a UFC light heavyweight championship?
Well, I mean, how many times has Uriah Faber fought for a belt? I mean, we know that there's no last, there's only now. You know, is it true?
It might be.
It might be. He's in his late 30s. Does it matter? Should he believe that it's true or not? And the answer to that is it shouldn't matter. He should go in. You need to fight at your very best. Not like my best, but somehow I could be even better if I think this is my last chance. Probably most people would perform worse under that kind of pressure. You want to be performing at your freest and at your best. In that cage is a man you have to fight, is a referee, there's an audience on the outside, there's a cage floor, and there's cage walls exactly like last time. And you just have to go in and fight your best. Does it matter if there's another fight in the future? There's nothing in the future. Your life ends the moment these 25 minutes are up. So you go in there and you fight with the truth of combat. And that truth doesn't have to carry with it anything from the second it's over.
But you do have to look at certain realities. And on Sunday morning, and I think the majority of people, if you're making picks based on mixed martial arts, that they feel that it will be Jon Jones that emerges victorious, and he will be the undisputed champion, which means Daniel Cormier would have lost to Jon Jones 2 times. And we're not the type of outlet that says what is next for these guys, but there is a reality, and Jon Jones is at the top of the mountain, just like Dominic Cruz is at the top of the mountain, and Demetrius Johnson is at the top of the mountain, and many people believe that maybe Stephen Thompson at 170 pounds might be that guy. If you're Daniel Cormier and you've tried and you've strived and you've game planned and you've prepared for Jon Jones for years. We went to California to talk to him years ago, and he said Jon Jones has been in his sight. Now that he understands if he can't get the job done this Saturday, does he just accept the role as a prize fighter? We saw how good he looked at the heavyweight limit. Or does he say, you know what, I just have to tweak a couple of things, come back, get a couple of big victories over Glover Teixeira, over Alexander Gustafsson, or Anthony Rumble Johnson again, and I'll fight for UFC gold?
You know, if he were to lose this fight, and he looked back at it and he said, I did everything in my power. I did everything. Nothing was left unturned. The 25 minutes or less of how it went down was everything that he had. Truly focused, physically, mentally, tactically, in every way, maxed out, and got it done. Great. Didn't get it done, as long as the truth was he'd left it all in there, he'd be free to do whatever he wanted after that. You know, if you tried with every single thing that you had and failed, that is not the worst thing in the world. A lot of people don't even try for fear of failure. This man has dedicated his life to putting himself out there and taking risks, and he's going to go do it again against the best fighter in the world. If he goes in there free from all those consequences, free from worrying about what's next, free from worrying about whether or not it'd be fun to sit at the Fox desk or fun to take one more fight, probably both would be really fun. If he goes in there as free as he can at his very best and wins, he will have won. If he goes in free and at his very best and loses, he will have done everything he could. After that, if you say, hell, it'd be fun to make a couple $100,000 fighting heavyweights, go do it. If you've given everything and you can't pull it off, you know what? He's really good on television. He's really good talking about fights, and he seems to really enjoy it.
I mean, there's always another path. You look at Miesha Tate, for example, faced off against Ronda Rousey a couple of times, could not get the job done against Ronda Rousey, and then opportunity presented itself in the fight with Holly Holm. She made the most, and now she is the current UFC 135-pound female champion. This is not unusual, and it's when you look at what's going on over the week, yes, Jon Jones, Daniel Cormier, it could be Cormier's last opportunity, just like it could be Frankie Edgar's last opportunity when he takes on Jose Aldo. Yes, I understand the first fight was very, very, very close. However, if Jose Aldo did slip on a banana peel, and he feels that it's like, I really am remotivated, reinvigorated after that loss to Conor McGregor. And we come back and we see something we haven't seen from Jose Aldo, and he wows us like he's wowed us many times before. And Frankie Edgar is the one looking up at the lights. Is Frankie Edgar's opportunity done? Same with Claudia Gadelha. If she does not get the job done against Joanna and Jacek, which she couldn't do the first time, are they essentially writing themselves out of title contention?
Yeah, I mean, the world travels really fast. Everything changes so quickly. But they can win those fights. And, you mentioned Frankie looking up at the lights. Nobody's ever knocked out Frankie. But you know what? Jose Aldo just got knocked out in 13 seconds, and nobody ever did that. There's all these variables. There's so many of them. It's a scary thing if you start thinking about all that, the risks. What happens if I fail? But that's life. You have to go out and you have to try, and that's who all of these people are. They're people who go for it. Michael Bisping, when we were talking about Michael Bisping fighting Luke Rockhold, I just kept saying, he can win this fight. He can win this fight. And people kept saying, you're a complete idiot. Did you not see the first fight? Yeah. And the conversation has to happen over and over again. Every fight is a unique moment in time. Everything that led up to it, who they are in the moment. Fighters weigh in and the next day have diarrhea and can't perform. There's a million variables. But all they can ask of themselves is be at their best and perform their best and leave it all in there, as big a cliche as that is. By the way, Michael Bisping knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah, it's really shocking, especially you look back a year ago, and to say that Michael Bisping would have a win over Anderson Silva and then stop one of the genetic powerhouses at 185 pounds. Remarkable. Anything can happen in the mixed martial arts game. Tune in to FN this Thursday at 9 p.m. as we present a preview show leading into all of the action in Las Vegas. And then keep it locked here at 10 as UFC Fight Night, the main event. Rafael dos Anjos and Eddie Alvarez for the UFC 155-pound championship.